This is the December 13th, and this is for the sign of Sagittarius. Alrighty, so let's get started here and see what energy is going on. I was just posting yesterday that it almost felt like Mercury retrograde energy. Not so much with the electronics and things going wonky, but most definitely strange connections popping back up. So I posted it, and luckily we have all the way through Christmas to get through before any of that energy comes. So the first week of January, end of the first week of January will be shadow period. So we've got until the 14th. So we're going to coast right on in. All right, YouTube. Sagittarius. A little bit of salt on my hands. All right, let's see what the message is for this week. Three of Coins is the first thing that comes up. Hold on. All right, first thing that comes up is Three of Coins. So busy. So usually this has to do with working, right? Or labor. So yeah, it is the week before Christmas-ish, and things do get a little bit busy. We have the King of Cups, Knight of Coins, Two of Swords, Queen of Cups. So in that combination, I would have to suggest that with the Two of Swords present, this is our energy for having emotions where we're feeling undecided. Okay, so we have the King of Cups, which is emotion, and the Queen of Cups actually right on the other side of it. So in the dead center is this Two of Swords. So how the Two of Swords plays is indecision. Undecided on what? Let's take a look and see. Hi, Megan. Hi, Jamie. Okay, so there are some things that Sagittarius is really thinking about right now. Not trusting is the first thing that I can say. Is there's this like seed of distrust, right? Where this, I'm not sure how things are going to play out. Now, fear is the mind killer. For any of you that love to watch Dune or read the books, fear is the mind killer, and it really is. Hi, Andra. We don't have a lot of fear, okay? But this is a vetting process that we're going through right now. This is a process wherein, like Queen of Swords, I'm going to walk away if this doesn't have Empress energy and bring me the money that I say I want for myself. Yet we are not sure that we can trust, hi Quana, that we can trust things. So based on past experience and based on how we've, lived our life and grown through the voice and eyes of past experience, we're learning here that we have to go through a level of trust, right? We have the Six of Cups, which is celebration, Four of Swords, tension. So we got a lot of deadlines on our nose. Happy birthday, Quana. And I'm seeing Queen of Coins, which is, management of our money. Empress energy is all about protection. Like, I want to protect my livelihood. I want to protect my family. I want to protect my future, whatever I've invested in. This really protective energy. And it's leadership that comes out of a sense of love, right? We do these things, these duties, these things out of a sense of, what we want to accomplish and dedication. Sagittarius has got some deep roots here. We do see the card for the Magician and the Lover's card and the Ace of Cups. I would be willing to say that Sagittarius has a lot of love energy and relationship energy that's coming up right now. Now, I say this not to say it's like new relationship, old relationship, or problems. What I'm saying is this, I see this expansive energy. Wave to you. You're waving at me. Where it's like unsure of which side of the string to pull, which side of the energy to dive into. But what I am seeing for you is balance and a pure-hearted sense of, how you want to approach these next things. You really want balance. And this is intense energy of wanting this balance, willing to do whatever it's going to take to acquire said balance. Because in the beginning of the reading, you see the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, balanced by the Two of Swords. So in love, right, and where our love resides, we are undecided. We are, and it doesn't mean we are trying to decide whether we want in or out of the relationship, but it's undecided and sitting on a fence of how we're going to navigate these next things. But I do see that the Ace of Cups being present means new beginnings, right? So you're starting things out with a fresh look and a fresh eye right now. And so it's a beautiful, expansive sense. There is a lot of walking away of old behaviors and past stuff too with the Queen of Swords, like letting go of the past and allowing things to grow and be a little better. I'm also seeing the Six of Cups, which is celebration. So I was going to say, if this was a regular reading for a person or a client, I'd be like, whose birthday is coming up? But then again, I forgot that I'm looking at Sagittarius, and then we have the Six of Cups right here, which is celebration for birthday. Possibly a trip for you, or just celebration, I see. This is genuinely a beautiful reading, so happy birthday, Sagittarius. It's, even though you have some tension and you're working a lot right now, you're worried about starting over, doing something new. Some of you have a new job. That's the Knight of Coins. Or you're feeling as if you're the new guy, or you're worried about having to be starting over in some ways. But trust and believe the Ace of Coins is present. Ace of Coins is present. And the Ace of Cups. Love and money always expands in the same energy. They tend to kind of teeter-totter one another into perpetuity. They kind of perpetuate one another there. So when I say love and money is the same energy, they're expansive, is what I mean. So you have the Ace of Coins and the Ace of Cups. With the Empress, it means that you're nurturing your future. You're nurturing your further choices, and you're speaking to them a little more and being probably a little more vocal than you had been in regards to a lot of things, because dead center of your reading is the Magician. The Magician also talks to us a little bit about it being go time. So if you're feeling pressure to make decisions or get things done, this is that moment where you're feeling inspired to do things differently and motivated. Trust that this is going to be a really positive and good energy. Those are really beautiful cards. I'm going to pull some cards from Mystic Dreamer for you now and take a look at what your moon reading is. For those of you that don't know what your moon reading is, this is how you think and feel. Don't worry about it. Just listen along if you don't know what those astrological aspects mean. It's a placement of your moon. Some of you have Sagittarius in your moon, and that pretty much means how you're thinking and how you emote secretly if you're a Sagittarius moon. Let's pull some cards for you. Seven of Swords. So it's funny to me how wildly different our outward affect and how we behave outwardly is so strikingly different than our moon reading, right? How we think about things sometimes isn't how we behave. So what I am seeing is the Hermit card. The Sagittarius is collecting evidence, collecting information, studying, researching, looking deeper into things. It's such a deep sign. Sagittarius and Scorpio, right? I don't think it gets enough credit for being such a deep and humanitarian and fiery kind of energy. Sagittarius just is a deeper thinker than people allow themselves to think, right? So we have the Death card, which is no coincidence, which is transformation. So we see some transformation for Sagittarius in this period based on some study that you've done. Like, I don't know if you're investigating things or you're looking at, I kind of pick up that this is, you're looking at your world. You're looking at how things are responding to you and what is showing up for you. And I think you're kind of picking things apart right now, to be honest. And I think you're looking for some change, some drastic change, and you're expecting it maybe a little bit because you've got the Wheel of Fortune, which is time. So time is ticking along here. So it's not about fate here. It's about alignment, like what's coming into alignment. The only card that I worry about here, now I love the Death card. It's my favorite card in the deck. Everybody wants the Lovers card, but I get excited when I see the Death card because it means transformation and change. And even though a lot of times, like for you, going through a change, calling for a reading, may not be feeling like we like it when change comes. So to me, it's exciting. It means we're already through it, right? We're already through some transformation and some change, and now we get to do things differently. We do have a little bit of the Seven of Swords energy, right? Which is, I would say, it's making the best of a situation. It often comes up as sneaky, right? If you notice here, she's going on the battlefield to pick up some swords, right? And to a lot of people, that is sneaky. But hey, man, you come through my town and you tear it up and bomb things and you leave your swords behind. Well, I'm going to pick them up and collect them and do whatever I need to, like make them into plows or sell them or save them for a rainy day. Maybe someone will need them. Who knows? But this is making the best of a situation. What I see for Sagittarius is thinking about some of the fatigue that you've built up and not resting. And so, see, that's here by the Eight of Wands. Things that you've set in motion, now you must keep perpetuating, right? And then you've got things in front of you. There's just something missing. And I do feel that for Sagittarius, secretly, there's a little lack of hope, and you're having a hard time finding the colors, or had been, okay? I think it's more of the rote, R-O-T-E, right? Doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. Eight of Pentacles, repetition and redundancy. I think that there had been a little bit of lack of hope. Like you were coming to that edge of like losing your shit because, wow, how can I keep going when there's more like this? But what I see coming for you is a strong sense of community, a strong sense of belonging. You have the Star card, and the Star cards are Aquarius card, which is humanitarian, right? And this is the season for it, the season for looking outside of ourselves. It's also tempered by temperance, right? We have the Balance card and the Star card, right? This is just a new way of designing our outlook and doing things differently, and it's a struggle, right, to do things differently and finding a way to do that. I see the Knight of Wands, and I don't know why it feels like Ho'oponopono. I feel like an apology is needed. For some of you, this may be really weird, but Ho'oponopono is the practice of saying a couple phrases to yourself so you can clear energy. It works. I'm sorry. Okay, I dated a guy that was just total trash, and he was a mess, and I made some choices that screwed up my future. I'm recovering from that now. Right? I'm sorry. I messed that up. I mean, you got to apologize. Nobody else is going to rescue you, right? But this Knight of Wands is this begging for forgiveness, right? And sometimes it's from ourselves. Like we know we've screwed up. And so instead of apologizing, saying thank you for the lesson, I'm sorry, forgive me, and I love you, those 4 phrases, we end up going, you're such an idiot. Don't date ever again because you might. And then people are shit. And so we continue to fill our brain with the pattern of negativity and fear. And unless you do something to move the energy, whether that's getting Reiki, whether that is, putting some things on the altar and burning a candle or setting clear and new intentions, Ho'oponopono is magical. So I'm seeing the Knight of Wands, and maybe this is just only teaching from my perspective, right? Because maybe you are waiting for an apology for someone, or someone's waiting for an apology from you, where you don't feel like you can make any kind of a dent. That's what that energy is feeling like in the sentence, but I had to get that Ho'oponopono thing out because it came out first. Boop, right? So if any of you haven't experienced Ho'oponopono, when you first do it, it will make you cry because you're releasing some stuff from frustration and anger and pent-up resentment that we don't realize that we have, and it's mostly to ourselves. I'm pissed off at this other person because they have more of what I want, because I know I could be doing better, but I won't allow myself to shut up long enough to forgive myself, which causes this fatigue, right? And then this hopelessness. I don't know how I can see a way out. But when you reach that bottom, you got to bring yourself out of it and come from gratitude, because finding gratitude on the other side allows us to find the balance in the middle. We can't stay one place too long. You can't stay love and light all the time, because you're just ignoring the fact that life is like a pendulum and it swings into chaos and then back into alignment over and over again. We expect it to just be this nice little flow. We're never going to attain that. So be kind to yourself. Hopefully I didn't beat that like a dead horse, and that you appreciate it, the perspective. And one lady was like, I heard you. And I couldn't tell via text whether it was shut up now or it was like, I heard you. I'm going to pull a card for you from Divination of the Ancients, which is an oracle deck. And you guys know I don't use oracle decks. I think they're just an apology for the occult, my little brain here. But there are some really beautiful messages here. I found a deck that I love. Now I get it. So here's your card and your message for the week. Affirmation. So Wishbone, are you looking for, so when you've created a intention and you've done a spell or a candle or a prayer, right? Prayer for me has been big lately. If you've noticed, my tone has changed into a more gentler tone, affect. It's prayer. Right? It's one thing I thought I'd let go of when I left structured church. But now, so Wishbone, are you looking for the confirmations? We don't look for feathers and call it an angel. We do the work, and then we look for the affirmations that we're on the right path. So what are your affirmations? What is it you're wishing for? And are you putting fuel into the thing that you're wishing for? If you want peace, are you putting fuel to that fire Are you creating boundaries? Are you giving yourself meditation time? Are you doing Ho'oponopono? Affirmation, if you want more money, are you putting more time into the things that will bring it to you? So your affirmation, what is the outside looking into relationship to your inside? And look for the signs. That's what this card is telling you. I want to thank you for hanging out with me. I'll probably be back with Capricorn in about 45 minutes, as I have a client in about 5. So if you want to come back and visit with me, I'll be doing Capricorn. If you want to book your one-on-one, karmaondeck.com. You can sign up for classes, the Tarot 101 classes in January. Spiritual mentorship, where I get you some tools so that you can open Pandora's box and find the hope on the bottom, and give you some techniques that you might be able to use to enhance and move your spiritual path forward. Thank you for hanging out with me.